Down here on table number 5, ladies.
Charlie.
Nice to meet you, man. How are you?
He's playing out of Rock Island, Illinois. He's backed by Durbin Custom Cues, and he's backed by Jack Justice Cases. Please put your hands together for James Barrett. Down here on table number 7, we got a great match going down here.
Rules, which are kind of new to some people.
This man is
really
the World Cup of Pool 2008 winner. Second place, Turning Stone. Second place, Steve Men's Championship. Second place, Men's Classic. Second
You have to
place,
call your
Dirty
shot,
City
whether
Classic
you're pocketing a ball or you have to
Looks
call
like
the
you're
safety,
ready to
whether
put a
you're
1
playing
on
safe or
here
not.
today.
You can't play the 2 ball in
Back
the
by
corner
Eric Hughes and
and, knock another ball in and keep the run going.
Yeah, it's a great format, especially when you have players of this caliber. I mean, it really is going to showcase their skills, and if there is a slightly missed shot, the tables, and it's going to reflect it.
Yeah, what's going to happen is if you miss the ball, leave me safe, I'm putting you back in the box. Absolutely, because you should be rewarded for bad play.
No, definitely not. Again, like I said, especially at this level, when you are playing with players of this caliber, when you have guys like Ralf Eckert, Mike Dechaine, we have some of the best players in the world right under one roof right now, and I really think this format is going to reflect that.
Down here on table number 7, ladies and gentlemen, this man is the inaugural Predators 9-ball
a lot of 10-ball events
and the
were played with
inaugural
the same
Sport
9-ball
champion,
rules.
2-time
Yeah, 10-ball really is coming to the forefront. I'm sorry for that, Mike. It's, any time that we see new events, new formats coming out, new ideas that can possibly better the sport, get people involved, it's a great thing.
Yeah, these rules are being used on the Predator Tour. I believe they're being used by Corey Cole at his events. They're being used also, I think, by Johnny Archer for his events.
Yeah, I actually just found that out, that Johnny's going to be having an event actually in July down in Israel, in Georgia. And as far as I know, he'll be using the same rules. And, again, like I have to agree with you, Mike. I mean, it's a great format. The new rules are great. It's exposing people to a different side of pool that they might not have seen before, which is always a good thing.
Yeah, exactly. And it helps keep pool in the forefront, people's minds. With the newest rules, like a unity rules, a consistent set of rules that you can play with at any event. I think it makes the game a little bit more enjoyable.
Right now you can see Mike Dechaine using the AccuRack, one of the new products that
Former Player of the Year on the Joust Tour and PlanetPoolTour.com. Please put your hands together for Ryan Genie Man McCree. And his opponent, ladies and gentlemen, is the Pro 9-ball Pro 9-ball champion and the 1-pocket champion, and 8-ball champion, 1-pocket champion, Reno Open champion. It's backed by Sean Hughes and the Seminole Tribe of Florida. Please put your hands together for Ronnie Wiseman. Gentlemen, Mike Muffin
You can't rack high, you can't rack low, and you can't tilt the rack. It's designed to put that rack perfectly dead square in the center every time. And it does a good job of what it's supposed to do. Like I said, I was not making fun of it, but I was saying it's the only rack I've ever seen that comes with its own luggage.
Well, you got to say, when you first look at the AccuRack, it's a little strange. It looks like you go water skiing with it, like you would hold on to it while you're being pulled by a boat. But after using it for quite a number of racks, it really does the job.
It does the job real good.
And I don't think there's any argument with that.
No. All right, we're getting set here. Mike Dechaine's going to break off rack number 1. We're going to see what he can do. He plays out of Snookers in Rhode Island, which I believe just moved to a new venue. They've never played for years. And he's a powerhouse. He's along with other events, just not really these. I mean, this kid can really play.
Yeah, like I said, we keep hearing so many good things about him, and with a resume like Mike rattled off earlier, you're going to keep on hearing things like that. You're going to keep on hearing his name, and he's going to make you listen, basically.
Yeah, he's a young kid too, so he's going to be great. He hits that one pretty good. So he gets something to drop. I don't think so.
Look at the 5 balls going to drop there, but it's a no avail.
Yeah, he's got the body closer to the center, and I think Ralf Eckert is going to play safe with the shot. And that's a good thing too about this. In 10-ball, you're going to see a lot more safety play because the rack just doesn't open up as much with that one extra ball in it. Plus, there's no wind balls to go in on the break. It's a lot harder to make a ball on the break. So instead of just breaking the balls hard, making a ball or two, and then run the rack out, you're going to have to think yourself through the rack.
Yeah, I really think this is why the pros are actually preferring the 10-ball formats now, because it is becoming more technical. And at that caliber of play and at that level of play, you are going to see a much different side of the game that a lot of people are used to just seeing break and run 9-ball. Now we're getting into where players are thinking a lot more about their patterns, where they're going with the cue ball, and how to lock up their opponents.
Right. We've seen Ralf Eckert try and play a safety right there. Again, it might take a rack or two to get used to the table. It's the first match of the day. You guys are still sleeping.
I know I was, guys. I got here a little late, but Mike got me, and we're back in the booth together. It feels good to be here, and we're really happy to be here.
What a cut shot he played there. Mike Dechaine is not afraid of anything, apparently. He come up a little short for position number 2, but I think he's going to roll up and tuck underneath the 7 and 6 right. 7 and 4 right there, it looks like. I don't see him playing this shot. He's going to play safe. He's going to try and tuck right up under there. Might try to nudge out that 7 just a bit. Make a little more path for that 4 ball.
Yeah, in response to the chat that's going on right now, I completely agree. That was an absolutely incredible opening shot, and something like that definitely sends a message to your opponent. But what a good save right there, trying to lock him up on the 2 ball.
Yeah, he played a good save. We're going to see a lot of that shot making from Dechaine, I think.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. He's actually known for being just a phenomenal shot maker in these situations.
Ralf Eckert, I believe, is here for the Artistic Pool Championships.
Yeah, he was telling us last night that he's participating in the Artistic Pool Championships, and obviously we have him here in the pro event, and from what we understand, he'll be gracing us with his presence downstairs at the 14-1 challenge a little later on today.
So if you want to catch that, this guy can run balls. I think his high is 218 balls.
Yep.
So once again, in the early stages of this rack, we have a little bit of a safety valve. Each player doesn't want to make a mistake. You never want to make a mistake when you're playing. It's okay to miss a ball if everybody misses.
Yeah, but there's a difference between missing that ball, obviously, like you said, and making just an actual mistake.
Yeah, the mental mistake, if that, you can eliminate that from your game. That's the tough part. These guys are tough pros because they can eliminate most of those mental mistakes. So what we're going to do here, he's going to probably go for a really good shot. Up underneath the ball, 2 ball. I think that's the best access he has to get to that 2. That might offer the best opportunity for Mike Safe. Great shot.
Great shot, though.
See who says the Filipinos are the best kickers. I think Germany's got a strong left department, too.
I think we're going to see maybe new Mosconi Cup action. Filipino has been kicking matches against the Europeans now.
Yeah, Mike's kind of snookered. I think he's going to play this, actually. He's probably going to play a 1-rail spin shot.
It actually looks like if he comes off that rail and misses the 2, he might end up back behind that little cluster of balls. It looks like the 6, 7, 8. And things like that can get, real hairy when you have a ball that close to the pocket, and especially after that opening shot, you don't know what he's going to come with, and, it can get a little hairy out there.
Yeah, he's going to think about this for a second. He's actually going to play off the bottom rail and try and kick the 2 ball up past the 8. Leave that wall of balls there and block it. He's kind of jockeying for position right now. That was a great response by Mike. He now puts Eckert on the defensive.
Yeah, he hit that real well, too, which was great. He very good speed on that shot, which, leaves him right there in that area. There's a cue ball right behind the 8 ball.
Right. Ralph with that he might have a 2-rail kick past the 6 ball. He might have a 1-rail spin shot. He might even actually have a spin on that. To get in there. Let's see if he looks like he's going to hit it, or if not, maybe jump a little bit.
I think he's jumping right now, if I'm not mistaken.
I think he's probably going to play safe, maybe try to get underneath the 9 ball. He actually played a little spin shot, which was a good hit. He kind of left Mike a shot here. He can bank the 1 if he wants. Again, though, it's early stages of this match. 4, 7, and 6 kind of offer a small problem. And if he does bank it, there's no clear route to get to that 3 ball, really. There's no, it's not a hanger for him.
Even if he does make it that 2 ball right now, like you said, Mike, I agree with you. It's still going to be a tough out from there.
Yeah, I think he's going to play safe.
Yeah, there's no gimmies in this rack.
Tuck up under that 8 ball if he can. And again, it wasn't a bad effort. He did leave him a jump shot. The 2 ball is close to the pocket. I think he might take out the jump cue for this. He might be able to squeeze between the 6 and 7, which is I think what he's looking at now. Maybe play a 1-rail. But I don't think that offers a good hit, but I don't think that's going to be a good save.
I think he heard you, Mike. I think that's what he's looking at right now.
Yeah. He might not be able to hit high Mike's going to take. And you see, I didn't like that shot for that very reason.
Yeah.
You know, he couldn't hit high enough on that 2-ball to keep himself out of that pocket. Mike Dechaine got himself ball in hand. He can get on that 3-ball easily right now. And he also might be able to get in a good position to break out that 4-7.
Now, Mike, let me ask you a question. How do you think he is going to go about breaking out that 4-7 after he gets out to the 3-ball?
I don't know. You know, it's a tough shot right here.
I mean, because you got to figure he's got to, you know, maybe he can just cut the 3 on the side and just try to slide across just to try to break that out a little bit and leave himself the 4-5.
Well, you know what he could do? He could draw the straight back between the 4 and the 9, almost down to the end rail. Play the 3 on the side. If he comes up table back to this end, the 4-ball might go in the right-hand corner pocket.
Okay.
So let's say again, I think he's listening to me.
Either that or you're just a great player, Mike. I'm starting to think that way.
I might have to be a little quiet. I think this guy's listening to what I'm saying. He played a great shot. I think he's going to roll forward. He's going to go right
Absolutely, Mike Dechaine bows down to no man.
If Ralf plays the way he did against Mika, which was kind of a little suspect in that match, I think Mike's gonna roll right through him. I think.
I mean, I unfortunately don't have a lot of experience with Mike Dechaine. All I keep on hearing is great things, though. But you know, I do have experience with Ralf Eckert. You know, he is an absolutely phenomenal player, but if he's showing a little weakness, Mike Dechaine's going to jump on that, and he's really going to force Ralf to come up with great shots.
So Ralph's putting together this second rack. You can see how he takes it apart. He's got a pretty good break. He's looking to get a ball down, and he's looking to get himself in position to run the rack out because he wants to keep this rack close. In the beginning of the match, you can give a guy a rack or two and not really worry about it too much. But the alternating break format that they're using, if the guy gets 2 or 3 racks, 4 racks up on you.
Yeah, it can be tough to come back.
Especially later in the match where you know he's going to get an opportunity back at the table, regardless of what you do.
Yeah. So, especially on that break, you never know what's going to happen. Sometimes you can play the cut break, power break, soft breaks, but ultimately you still have no idea what's going to happen with those balls. They always seem to roll funny for me personally, anyway. But
see what he's going to do right now. Play the 7-7 ball in the side pocket.
so the 6 ball is tracking towards the corner. Yeah.
Now 6-ball drop, and now he's got a bank if he wants it. This might not be a bad shot to play. If he banks the 1, he makes it, he's on 2 balls right there.
Well, he's got a lot of blockers down there. That's the good thing about this shot. It's almost like it's a half aggressive shot, half defensive shot at the same time, which
You see, though, within the rules that they're playing, if he calls the bank and misses it, leaves Mike safe, Mike's going to put him right back in the game.
yeah.
He's going to tell Mike, hey, he's going to tell Ralph, let's see what you got. But I think he's going to bank this and try and hold right there for the 2-ball. Yeah, you see, I think that was an aggressive play. It was a good shot. Even though he left Mike a shot at that 1-ball, Mike's got to do something now. He's got to go 3 rails and come up to play that 2-ball and one pocket shoot. Yeah, this is distance.
Great shot. Yeah, great stroke on that shot too. Oh, absolutely. No, even just by judging from that first opening shot right in the game, it's almost a 90-degree cut right into the corner pocket down the long rail. That really does send a message to Ralf Eckert. Ralph seems to be pushing right now, which could make for a very exciting match. Sorry, Mike.
Yeah, no, Mike Dechaine's running through this rack. And I think Ralph's in trouble.
It's looking that way from the early stages.
Mike gets out of this rack, which I think he will. He's in trouble spotting out. He's probably going to stop this, maybe draw back a little bit. So I can lead the rail. And he might take a 2-game lead right here. And he's got the break.
Yeah, that's such a huge factor in this with the alternating break format. Like you made that point earlier.
You see, it was a little straight on this. Now force forward.
Yeah, that's the shot that I was looking at.
Get straight in.
I'll tell you what, Mike, you haven't missed a ball since you've been up here with us. So
Pretty good. It's out on that table, I get you.
yeah, see that.
Kind of hard to miss you in a booth, you know, but
Well, we
still
tried.
do it. He's just going to punch this in the rail. Put himself some more off the rail.
Great shot. So what do you think, Mike? Do you chalk up this game for him right now?
Yeah, I'm going to give this one a straight shot. The shot's been hit for 2 games. In this race tonight. I think he's starting to build his lead. His confidence is starting to grow. Ralf Eckert still has to settle in.
Yeah, he's going to have to come up with something. I'm looking very forward to seeing what Ralf Eckert does if he gets an open shot. I mean, that's going to be the deciding factor. If Mike Dechaine can keep him in the chair or can keep him jumping or kicking, that'll be a huge factor in this match.
Yeah, he's going to play good defense. And Mike does play good defense. But we're going to take a look and see what Mike does right here. And again, we're at the Valley Forge Billiard Expo, Super Billiard Expo, brought to you by Alan Hopkins Productions. He's been doing this event for, I think, 17 years. And if you guys can, you need to get here. If you have any interest in pool at all or need any kind of equipment, pool related, you can literally walk in the door with a checkbook and walk out with a pool hall. That's what they have here. They have everything.
Well, we have some incredible vendors just around us in the 14-1 challenge, but it looks like we're about to break the 3rd rack.
We're going to see how Mike hits these. He hits them pretty strong.
Yeah.
He made a good solid contact, and he's trying to put something down. And he might make the 3, yeah. 3-ball goes, but he might be snookered on that 4-ball. I don't know if he's got a clear shot. I don't think he can see the edge of it. But looks like he's going to have to spin into it. Now, he might just be trying to clip it and play safe somehow.
He's been pretty aggressive so far. He might actually want to elect to play this, but I'm not sure what that's going to get him.
Yeah, I don't like that. No, I don't like that because 4-ball's right there. He's going to leave himself stuck on a tool. He had more of an angle to hit it than I thought. So.
Oh, don't get locked up on the
yeah, that's unfortunate for him.
When you let the cue ball go like that, bad things can happen, and for me, usually do.
Yeah, that's one of the drawbacks of trying to drive through the traffic area. You get stuck behind a ball or something. So, all right, Mike's going to play a 1-rail kick, and I think he's going to hit this hard. I think a soft shot here is not going to give him opportunity to leave that cue ball safe.
No, I'm looking forward to seeing if there's an open shot what Ralf Eckert can do here in response to the 2 games that Mike has already taken off of him.
Yeah, well, depends on...
Get himself together.
Exactly, depends on where Mike leaves him with this shot. Mike's looking at it pretty good. I'm trying to figure out what he's going to play. He might be trying to play the 2-ball up to the side pocket where he is.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's what he tried. He tried to thin it that way and put the cue ball up behind the 7. Use that as a blocker, but he's given Ralf Eckert ball in hand here on the 2-ball. The only problem he's got right now, actually, is the 4-ball that's kind of tied up with the 6.
Yeah, he's actually taking a look at that right now. He's going to try and figure out a way to either get in between those or, hit that ball and break those out. And make something happen for him. You always pull for the underdog. And in the beginning, like I said, I thought Ralf Eckert was going to be the favorite, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, well, he's going to try and break this out, I think. In my opinion, that offers the best opportunity for him to get out of the rack. If he plays bottom right here, he can come down and try and clip the 4 or clip the 6 and give him a shot. If he does that and he misses the 4 or 6, he still has an opportunity to play safe on it, because he will be down at the end of the table. You see, and he just barely missed it. He was just trying to clip that a little bit. But we're going to see what he does here. He's going to have to play some kind of safe.
Yeah. Things are just not going his way yet so far in this match.
Yeah. This is kind of tricky, too, because if he plays the 4-ball off the 6 somehow, he could end up getting stuck down here. He could have a double hit or something. But he looks like he's just going to clip it and try and bring the cue ball up behind the 6 again. So he's kind of a little bit stuck right now.
Yeah, and again, you really don't want to leave Mike this opportunity to go up 3-0 in this race.
Exactly.
Bolstering his confidence even more and more.
He's going to thin it and try and come to the end rail. That was a good shot.
What do you think, Mike? Do you think you can see this?
He might have left him an edge.
Yeah, Ralf can't be happy right now.
Well, he had an opportunity to break that ball out, and he kind of put himself in that situation.
Yeah.
But again, he had to be aggressive and try and break that ball out. You can't fault him for that. And I think if Mike can see the edge of this, if that 4-ball goes in, I think Mike's going to get out here. It's a thin cut, but...
And again, though, Mike is an incredible shot maker, so it's tough to tell what he might do here.
Yeah, we know he's aggressive. All right, he just thinned it a little bit and try and get up here behind the 10. All right.
So he fell a little short on that one.
Yeah. But again, he left Ralph distance.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah. If you can't lock someone up behind the ball, I recommend distance is your best friend. But again, he doesn't have a clear shot. I don't think he's going to bank this. You're going to see a little safety play, I think, again. He does have a potential carom off the 4. I don't know if the 4-ball goes under the 6. I don't know if he can cut that in. It appears it might go. But the way he's cueing, I don't think he's playing it. Looks like he's going to try and drag the cue ball underneath the 9-5. No, he did play it. Yeah, excellent shot.
Hopefully he's going to get locked up behind the
get past it. No, he nudged it, and he's locked right behind it. He played a great shot.
He's not a happy camper right now.
No, he played a good shot on that 4-ball. I wasn't sure if it went past, and now, again, he's kind of in a bad spot. Mike Dechaine's got momentum on his side right now, and Ralph doesn't. He's making good hits and stuff, but the rolls are going against him. Kind of, he's getting some bad leaves.
The one exciting thing also about this match is, even though Mike does have a great lead right now, Ralf Eckert really is such a disciplined player. And if he can get himself together either mentally or get the kinks out at any point in this match, he's very capable of coming right back.
Yeah.
We could see a very close race, but right now, unfortunately, he's unfortunately not had great rolls or made a great shot on the 4-ball.
He got a bad lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, but again, this is early in the match, and you can afford to make a mistake or a mental error at this point and not really be penalized too much for it. If it was 7 apiece, you can't make this type of mistake.
No, definitely not.
And for that instance, he might have played safe on that 4-ball. Because if he makes a mistake that late in the match, it's good night. You might as well get your hand shaking ready, because you're going to lose a match.
Yeah, absolutely.
But he's going to think about this for a second. He really only has like a 1-rail kick. And unfortunately, either side of the 5 that he comes off of, he's going to leave Mike a shot. So, I don't know exactly what he's going to do right now. He's like I said, he's probably going to play one rail.
Yeah.
And again,
he's lining up
yeah.
right now.
And he might decide to soft roll this actually, because if he hits the 5, it's going to come off the rail a little bit, and it might be blocked by the 9 ball.
Yeah, we just had in the chat stream somebody ask tying up the 10 and the 7. What do you think about that, Mike?
It's not a bad idea. I think if he was going to play that shot, you see, he just came up just short, and he might actually be fortunate now. Tying up the 10 and 7 wouldn't have been a bad idea. You would have had to push the 7 ball onto the 10 ball, I think, because banking the 10 or cutting it over to the 7 potentially could leave a 7-10 combo or carom. But yeah, again, if you're faced with a position where you can't make a hit, sometimes your best option is to tie something up, at the other end of the table, so the guy has to pocket a ball and he's got to break something out. So it almost guarantees you another shot back at the table.
Mike Dechaine with another what looks to be an easy run out for him. I mean, he's really got momentum on his side right now.
He's playing great. He's getting the rolls right now.
Yep.
Momentum is definitely in his corner, and I think he's going to take a 3-game lead. The only thing he has to worry about right here is get close enough to that 9 so he has control of it. He can control the cue ball real well when he gets close to it. He should get on that 10 no problem. He decided to play a 2-rail shot, which is good. Now he just has to focus on speed, bottom right, and focus on his speed and come 2 rails.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to really have a problem with this shot. He really looks like he's got great confidence right now. He hit that like a champ.
And he's stroking well. Again, I'm going to go out on a limb here and predict that he wins this rack. After 3 racks, Mike Dechaine is going to be taking a 3-game lead. Again, great play on his part. And while they're racking these balls, we're going to step out for a quick second, pay some bills, and do a little commercial break. So don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back.
Since 1975, McDermott Cue has consistently raised the performance standards for what billiard players expect from a high-performance cue. Introducing the highest evolution in shaft technology. Our new G-Core shaft features a triple-layer design which reduces vibration and minimizes shaft distortion. The patented Intimidator iShaft series incorporates a full-length carbon fiber core that results in the most radical consistent shaft on the market, from our ball-breaking big boy shaft to the surgical precise I3 shaft. McDermott Cue. Hardcore performance for hardcore players.
All right, we are back. We are about to watch rack number 4. Ralf Eckert is at the table breaking, and he's at a point in this match where he really has to get something going. Dechaine's already a third of the way to that finish line, and Ralf really hasn't had much opportunity yet.
Looks like he changed his break. He tried for a more controlled break on that, hoping to make something.
Yeah, he moved his position a little bit.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, he made a good spread, and he didn't leave Mike a shot. So we're going to see another safety shot from Mike right here. I think he's probably going to play almost like a half ball hit and come up on the right side of the table, try and get behind the 8, 3, and 6, and maybe put that 1 ball on the other end of the table, the other side of the table.
Mike, I'm going to have to start writing down all your insights here, because this is actually some phenomenal knowledge that we're getting introduced to from you.
I can play pretty good from the booth. You see, that's what he tried to do, and I think he hit it a little bit full, but he did get him behind the 8 ball.
Yeah.
He played a good safety there. And again, Ralph's coming to the table, and he's looking at rails. And I don't know too many people that have won matches playing rail first.
Yeah.
You have to get
unless you're F. Reyes somehow, and he's not here this year from what I understand.
Yeah, you have to get a clear shot. And, Mike's doing a great job now at his safety game, and he's keeping Ralph back on his heels. He's in a defensive posture right here, and he needs to be aggressive and make something happen. But Mike's putting the brakes on that pretty good.
Yeah. All right, let's see. We're getting an update in the chat stream that it's 3-0, not 2-0 right now, just in case. Okay. And yes, T-Wheels, we can hear you. We can see you from the commentary. So we'll try and answer your questions as best we can.
Yeah, if you guys have any kind of questions, don't be afraid to just jot some stuff down, and we'll try and get some answers out to you.
Right now I have the pleasure of sitting next to a great player, Mikey Fingers, great Northeast player. So please, he'll drop some knowledge on you. And right now it's free of charge. But
thank you very much, Charlie. You get the first lesson for free.
Oh, see that? That's how we do it.
You see, again, Ralph was at the table. He had to play a kick shot. He might have left Mike a shot in the corner pocket. If he can get that cue ball past that, looks like the 4, I think think Ralph's in trouble.
Yeah, I mean, once again, it seems to be a recurring theme in this match, unfortunately, for Ralf.
Yeah, Mike's playing great. See, I don't think it goes in. I think he's going to play a safety shot. I don't know if he'd play the combo. He might. Yeah, he decided to play it, and he played a perfect shot. And he actually completely opened his table up right now.
Yeah, Mike is looking absolutely fearless right now. I mean, he has to be feeling the momentum right now. 3-0 over Ralf Eckert, a great champion from Germany, and he is just steamrolling through this match.
Yeah, he really is. He's putting Ralf on ice right now. And that's what you got to do.
Yeah, I was just gonna say that you really have to neutralize your opponent quick like that. I mean, when you have a great player of these caliber, I mean, at this point, any guy who's entered into this event can legitimately take it.
Right. Oh, absolutely. Just start getting into the deep end of this event.
That's a great shot. Right?
Hit it a little bit, though.
He got it.
Stuck behind the 3. See, that's the first mistake Dechaine's made in this match, and Ralf needs to capitalize on this.
Yeah, he's locked up pretty tight behind that 8 ball.
Right.
He might be. What do you think? A 2-rail kick from the bottom rail up?
That's what it looks like he's trying to do. 2 or 3 rails. If you can get underneath that 3 ball and kick it out.
Oh, just missed that.
Yeah, he missed that one, and now Ralf steps to the table. Finally, he's got himself a clear shot.
Yeah.
And a great opportunity to take his first game, which he desperately needs to do because he can't let Mike get 4 games up on him.
Yeah, Mike, you made the point that in the beginning of the match, it's sort of not okay to make a mistake per se, but we do all miss, but you're not going to get penalized as bad, especially in alternate break format. But when you're down 3-0 and you have a player like Mike Dechaine starting to steamroll on you, you really need to start making something happen.
Yeah, and this is his position to do that. He has to take
Absolutely,
advantage.
absolutely.
He's just going to come out and center of the table. Let it 5 ball past the 9. He's got a little bit of an angle. He's just going to draw it back a little bit. Try and get, again, center of the table if he can. Get himself a shot on that 6 in the lower right-hand corner. Perfect. Yeah. He's in perfect shape now to get on the 7. Again, probably just a little bit of a draw shot. Put the 7 ball in the same pocket the 6 one.
Yeah, I have to agree with you.
The 5 one in, rather.
Yeah, I'm going to have to agree with you on that one. He doesn't want to do anything too crazy with the cue ball right now. He wants to just work the kinks out and just kind of,
Right.
just get through the rack, put one on the board, and start answering back to Mike Dechaine.
Yeah, he'll play this, I think, with a little bit of bottom right. And come 1 rail out and spin it above the 8 ball. If you can get on that position like you just did, that's perfect.
Oh, it's a great shot.
Yeah,
it's a great shot.
He's going to take advantage of that mistake by Dechaine, and he's going to get himself on the board here. Perfect position. He's just going to draw back 1.5 feet. Pop that 10 ball in, and we're going to have ourselves a race. Ralph's going to get himself out of the starting block. He's going to start moving up on Dechaine. So we're going to give him. I fully believe he's going to make this. I'll go out on a limb. So
Yeah, if he doesn't make this, we're in for a rough day for Ralf Eckert.
Right, so Ralf Eckert is in the game apparently.
Post one for Ralf.
He's out of the blocks and he's off and running.
That's got to feel good in that situation, Mike. I mean, you as a pro player now playing in these big events, if you're down and you finally get that first rack on the board, what is that? What's going through your mind at that point?
Well, it starts to build your confidence back up. It tells you that, well, I know I can be here. I can play with these guys. You're on the board. You're not letting the guy take the rack from you, and it does a lot to build your confidence to get that first rack under your belt.
Great.
Takes care of those maybe opening rack jitters.
Yeah.
Early match jitters, and from now you can just concentrate on execution. Executing your stroke when you need to, and just keep adding to that lead. To that scoreboard. Keep moving the beads to your side. All right, we're going to try and keep it down a little bit because the players can hear us. We're kind of close to the action. So I don't know if they can adjust the mic.
Sorry about that, guys. Dude is over matches right around us right now.
We're going to try and keep it down a little
Yeah,
quiet.
just a little rock.
See how Mike breaks it. He made a good break.
If he can get that one
ball came out.
Now, Mike, do you think the one is going to drop on the side off? Yeah, using the 5 almost as a mock rail in this situation?
Yeah, I think he'll play it. He'll hit it. He might draw back a little bit after he plays it. Or actually, he's got enough of an angle he can roll forward a little bit. Let a 2 ball in the corner pocket he's shooting from. And if this goes in, Ralph's got to watch out because it looks like it's an open table. I think Dechaine is that was an excellent shot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, he unfortunately got a little straighter in on the 2-ball than he wanted. But the position he's in right now, he might decide to stop the 2-ball right here and draw back where it is and bank the 3.
Yeah, that's actually a firm idea. I mean, he's playing pretty fearlessly right now, and this bank doesn't look like it's going to give him that much trouble.
No, and it's going to give natural position for the 5.
Yeah.
So I think that's going to be the key shot with this rack right here. He's going to draw back a little bit. Unless he pulls out a monster draw shot like he did with spin.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah, that was a great hit.
Great stroke on that shot. Great stroke.
Yeah, he's got himself in good shape here. Probably just come forward a little bit, center of the table. Got the 5 in the lower left-hand corner. And again, you see Mike Dechaine make some great shots right now.
Yeah, he is, you know, one of the great players right now and looking fantastic on the table.
Yeah, I think he's going to get through this rack. He's playing very solid. You know,
He looks like he's about to get along on that. What do you think, Mike? No, he looks like he got okay, actually.
yeah, he's pretty good. He can stop right there. Give himself an angle. Played a 7-ball in the upper left-hand corner. He can almost stop right there. Actually, played the 8 in the right-hand corner. Draw back for the 9. And again, I'm gonna predict Mike Dechaine's. He's gonna take this rack too, I think.
I have to agree with you. I don't think it's going to take Nostradamus to figure out who's going to take this particular rack.
Let's see how well he executes. Yeah, he's in perfect. Looks like he's got himself a little bit of an angle. He'll draw this back. I don't think he's going to play for a rail. I think he's got...
Yeah, more like a stunned draw, you think, Mike?
Yeah, kind of just like straight back.
Yeah. Oh, gotta watch out for that corner pocket, though, just in case.
And that's why I felt he wasn't going to go back far enough to catch the rail. He overthrew that a little bit.
Now, Mike, in that situation, would you have tried to hit the long rail first to give yourself a little more of a buffer?
No, because in that position, I think you're drawing right towards that corner pocket.
Yeah.
So you have to play it a little less.
Yeah. This is actually looks like one of the first positional errors that Mike's really made in this match.
Yeah. That's because he got bad on the 8.
Yeah.
So the mistake here was the 7-ball, or the 8-ball shot rather. And he got that
shot.
So
Great shot.
He's doing this match 4 games to 1 over Ralf Eckert. And again, we're playing a race to 9. This is the winner's side action. The Diamond Pro Players 10-ball championship, which is being held here at Valley Forge in the convention center. It's I guess the main event here at the Allen Hopkins Super Billiard Expo.
Oh, absolutely.
And this year we got a full field of 64 players. They're battling it out for their $20,000.
That's not a bad paycheck for a couple of days' work, I have to tell you.
Yeah, not at all. And Eckert now he's got to start coming with something because he's trailing 4 games to 1. And he has been playing good. You know, he hasn't had opportunities really, and Mike Dechaine is just he's killing him. He's killing him. You know?
Yeah, I mean, even the guys in the chat stream were all saying that Mike is playing like a monster right now, and it really is reflecting, you know, what's going on in the match. And truthfully, it's great to see. You know, even though, don't get me wrong, I happen to like Ralf Eckert a lot. He's a really super great guy, but I always like seeing the local boys take one down.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Mike's playing at the point he's not really a local boy anymore.
No, you're right. You know, he is a world beater now.
Absolutely. He's like I said, I believe he was the 2009 World Summit of Pool Champions.
Oh wow.
Which is no mean feat.
Oh no, definitely not. You are in with some pretty mean competition there.
So Mike's one of the young guns in the country. He's in his early 20s, I think. 20, 24, maybe 25.
Yeah, pro pool player. Yeah, one of the things that we are noticing is that Mike is creating some great angles for himself, and he really is taking control of this match.
He's getting on the right side of the ball all the time. You can see and Ralph now. Ralph's got to scramble.
Yeah, Ralph cannot seem to get anything going, Mike.
And Dechaine put the handcuffs on the guy.
Yeah, but that's what, you know, part of the game. That's what you have to do. If your opponent makes a mistake, you must punish him for it, especially at this level. We can't reiterate that enough. I mean, the caliber of play has just been absolutely phenomenal.
Yeah, if you make a simple mistake, they're going to club you. And that's what I ended up doing. I played my second match. I won my second match. I played Chris Bartram in my first round. I played pretty good. You know, I had the guy 7-6. And then I made a couple of mistakes. And, you know, a guy like Chris Bartram, he's going to punish you for it. Sure enough.
Yeah, Chris Bartram is absolutely a great player. there is no shame in losing to Chris Bartram, believe me.
No, I happy I had the guy 7-6.
Absolutely,
Kind of
absolutely. Oh no, that's a great showing, Mike. I mean, that's great.
Again, would have loved to get past the guy, but you can't beat all the giants all the time. So we're going to see what Mike does. He's going to play a safety right here. We're going to tuck him underneath the 2-ball or the 4-ball right here. And he's going to hit that one. All right, so we're starting to see some cracks in his armor.
Yeah, a little bit. Maybe the momentum's getting to him a little bit. He's playing a little fearless.
Actually, I believe that was Eckert that stroked that.
Oh, that was Eckert that I apologize. Excuse me, folks.
All right, Dechaine steps to the table. And again, Eckert had an opportunity right there. Try and pull one back from Mike, but he let that safety slip out.
Yeah, I think Eckert is, at this point, mentally just trying to scramble back to the table and get anything going that he possibly can.
Right. He's left Mike a challenging 3-ball combination. I don't know if he wants to shoot it. I mean, he is an aggressive player. I believe that the 1-ball will probably stay in that area. So if we can focus on
oh, wow, great bank. He's got the 2-8 combination right now also.
And down the rack a little bit, he's going to have a 5-9 combination. And the 7-10 might be dead. So
yeah, he's really playing very aggressively, very, very strong pull right now.
exactly. He's not missing anything. He ain't giving this match up for nothing. He wants to take the whole control. And he wants to lead this match from start to finish.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely.
I think he's putting himself in that position to do so. And unfortunately for Ralf is putting himself in a position to get beat. By coming up short of the saves, by missing kills.
I'm sure it's not intentional by Ralf, but unfortunately he's just not getting the rolls. He's not giving himself good opportunities.
Yeah.
And the match is showing it. It's a great stroke by Mike on that shot. Perfect shot.
It's an excellent shot. He's going to leave himself a little bit of an angle. Probably going to draw this one back. One rail with a little bit of right-hand spin. Slide the cue ball off the table. Perfect. Give himself a little bit of an angle. He'll just force this forward a little bit. Right-hand spin.
Yeah, that 5-9 looks pretty dead in the corner pocket. So even if he gives himself more of an angle than he would have liked. Oh, you just hit that great again.
Yeah, he's dead straight on that. He'll play the 5 and back the cue ball up a little bit. Play that 5 in the same pocket the 9 was in.
Yeah, we might have to do a late in the game calcutta so I can start bidding on Mike.
Yeah, it doesn't look like he wants to miss it all today.
Which is very dangerous for Mr. Ralf Eckert from Germany. He might have to start packing his bags a little bit. But this is winner's side, so...
Still winner's side, so Ralph's not out of it yet. I believe this is winner's side, actually. He still has a chance, though. I don't think he's going to get it done with Mike.
Oh, that's a great shot.
He's definitely taking control of this match. So I don't think he's going to play a combination for years.
One of the things also, Mike, I'm noticing, and maybe you'll
decide to play it. Okay.
Oh, okay, the combination. One of the things I'm noticing, if you'll agree with me, is as his confidence is building, so is his speed at the table. He's really, he is taking his time, obviously, to make sure that he lines up perfect. Oh,
yeah.
And Mike Dechaine takes yet another rack. We are at 5-1 right now.
He's leading Ralf Eckert 5-1. He's got himself in a commanding position right now. And again, with this alternate break format, Ralf Eckert is he's starting to slip out of this match. He's not going to have a chance to come back really, because no matter what happens, Dechaine's still going to get 3 or 4 more shots at the table.
Yeah. And the thing for Ralf also is these 5 racks, really, these 6 racks, have gone by in the blink of an eye. I mean, I feel like I've only been in the booth with you for just a little while, and I can only imagine for Ralf this has to be feeling like it's been over an hour at least at the table.
Yeah. Okay, he's really not, I'm going to say he's not contributing to his own benefit.
Yeah.
He's got to get these safeties locked up. He's got to lock Mike up, like let Mike kick at the ball. He played a safety there at the beginning of that rack, and Mike just buried him with that 1-ball bank shot. And that led to a perfect run out. A couple of great combinations, a couple of great position plays on his part. Mike Dechaine might be the dog horse in this event. He might be the underdog to win this whole thing.
you know, it really wouldn't surprise me. And I have to agree with you. He's playing super strong, and look forward to seeing even more. Mike Dechaine getting ready to break. Rack number 7.
Yep. Rack number 7. You can see how Mike does.
The words of
very good.
Words of Jimmy White. See if anything finds gravity.
Yeah, no gravity right now.
Ooh, all he seemed to make was noise on that one.
That's all right. Again, he was fortunate to leave Ralf nothing. Ralf's got to get the kick out and play safety.
That's always a great situation when you can leave your opponent like that.
Yeah, Ralph's not feeling too happy right now, but I think he's going to kick at this and try and get a little bit of separation. Which was a great shot. If that ball comes up a little bit, he's going to get behind that 7 ball. Perfect shot.
Yeah.
You see that? He needed to do that. Now, of course, Mike can still play a safety right back at him. Try and leave that 7 ball in the way. We'll see how he executes this shot. Well, it wasn't too bad of a shot, but he got a little unfortunate with the leave.
This is a great opportunity for Ralf right now to get himself back into this match and let Mike know that he is still there mentally and in the physical sense to get right back on the board, hopefully here. Mike, what do you think he's going to do here?
He's probably just going to play a little, 2 balls in the center of the table. He's going to play, looks like he might play a 2-rail spin shot out of the corner, but then the 9, and I think the 4 ball would be in the way. If he plays a high ball, maybe just a touch of right, get past that 6, he can come 1 rail down towards that side pocket, and he might have the 2 ball in the lower right-hand corner where he's shooting from. Okay, he did play a good spin shot out of the corner, but he overhit it. And he's going to lose his mark on that 2 ball. He's going to leave himself stuck behind the 8. I don't think he can see it.
It looks like he's going to be elevating in a minute. It looks like he went back to get his jump cue out, which is something we've seen before in this match. It looks like it's, again, a recurring theme for Ralf Eckert.
Yeah, see, he's not taking advantage of the position that he's in.
Billiards 101 right now, we're speaking a little lower because we're right behind the action in the pro arena and some of the players can hear us, so we're just trying to keep it down just a little bit for them.
Yeah, we don't want to distract any of these players, especially at this level of the tournament. We're starting to get into the money rounds right now. Most of these guys, they do this to make a living doing this, so yeah, we're going to be a little bit quiet for you guys while the action's going on behind us. We're almost right up on table number 8. So let's see what Ralf does right here. You see, you get a good spot right there to take advantage of poor safety by Dechaine. And he didn't do it, and unfortunately for him, once again, he left Mike a great opportunity at the table.
No, Mike, do you think this 2 ball slides right down past the 5 in the corner pocket?
Yeah, he's just going to roll it in a little bit of a center ball and give himself an angle on that 3.
It's a great shot for Mike.
Yeah, he just played this 1 rail past the 10 ball, get himself a small angle on the 4. And again, I think Mike's getting out right here. Okay, I think he left himself a little bit straighter on this 4 ball than he wanted. But he's going to have to draw this back or go forward 1 rail or 2 rails. I think he's going forward 2 rails.
Yeah, that's what it looks like he's lining up for right now. And the way he's playing, I'm really not surprised that he played that shot. He's playing a really aggressive and really strong shot making.
Yeah, he hasn't missed a ball yet, I don't think. He got himself a little far away on the 5. I think he'll just try and make this and draw back about a couple inches. He doesn't want to draw all the way back. He'll take the cut on the 6. He put a good stroke on it. He got back close enough so now he can control the cue ball pretty good.
Yeah.
So Mike Dechaine is starting to pull ahead in this match. You know, I think he'll cut this in. A little bit of left-hand spin, maybe. Yeah, good shot. He'll cut the 7 in the lower right. I think he'll come 2 rails above the 10. If he gets on his 8 ball pretty good, you know, I'm gonna go out on the lower. I think say he's gonna win this rack also.
I mean, just remember though. I mean, we could have a repeat of the Earl Strickland match, Earl Strickland John Strickland match, where Ralf Eckert could come back. He is very capable of it. You know, we're not taking anything away from Ralf Eckert here, but Mike is just playing knock-up pool right now.
Yeah, he's hitting center pocket. He's getting on the correct side of the ball every time.
Yeah, so important, Mike.
Yeah, he's actually going to lead this match 6 games to 1 in about 12 seconds. But yeah, he's put himself in a great position, you know, to win this match. move ahead in the tournament. And he did that by safety play and
great shot making.
yeah, great shot making and execution was perfect. And a great safety play on his part. So we're going to step away right now, go pay some bills. You guys refill the coffee mugs and get some fresh food and a new bag of chips, and we'll be right back.
Since 1975, McDermott Q has consistently raised the performance standards for what billiard players expect from a high-performance cue. Introducing the highest evolution in shaft technology. Our new G-Core shaft features a triple-layer design which reduces vibration and minimizes shaft distortion. The patented Intimidator iShaft series incorporates a full-length carbon fiber core that results in the most radical consistent shaft on the market, from our ball-breaking big boy shaft to the surgical precise I3 shaft. McDermott Q. Hardcore performance for hardcore players. Since 1970.
All right, we're back. We're going to watch Ralf Eckert break the rack open. Again, he's trailing in this match, 6 games to 1. He's down, and he really needs to make something happen right now because he can't afford to give up this game because Mike Dechaine has the next rack. He's got the next break, and he can put himself on the hill if Ralf comes up short here. With a good break of his own, he's capable of getting on the hill. So Ralf he's got to bear down right here.
Yeah, Mike, one of the things that I learned while playing with you especially is the importance of taking those opportunities when you can, because it's not just about winning that one game, but losing that other game, and what unfortunate things can happen if you lose that game, what it might cost you after the fact.
Absolutely, and I tell it to everybody, if you lose one game, if you make one simple mistake, I don't think of it as losing one game. I think of it as losing 3 games, because you know damn well the guy's going to get up and put the 10 on a break, or he's going to have an easy combo, or he'll have a run out.
Dechaine looks like he's about to jump right now, and the one ball is hanging right in the pocket, but he just messed it.
Yeah, he played a good shot. He got he got an unfortunate kiss on that ball on that 7, but I don't think he can see it. But yeah, I tell people though, you got to pay attention to what you're doing, because if you lose that one game, it's going to cost you 3.
Yeah.
It kind of gets in your mind that I better pay attention to what I'm doing.
Oh, absolutely.
I don't want to lose those 3 games, because you can't get those back. How often does that happen in 9-ball? You hang up a 9-ball, the guy makes it, he breaks, and he sinks a 9 on the break. Happens all the time. That one miss cost you 2 games right there. Plus, he's still at the table.
He's just going to play a 1-rail kick off the long rail right now and try and just kick that 2 and leave the cue ball. Actually, what do you think he's going to do with the cue ball, Mike?
Well, he's going to play a jump shot.
Oh, okay.
He might try and jump this in the side pocket.
Yeah, if he can go up and down, back to the bottom rail and back up again for the 3, he could be in great shape again.
This is a difficult shot to execute. Yeah, and he didn't do it. And actually, his big mistake was breaking out that 6 and 8, because they looked like they were tied up pretty good.
Mike, I really think this is the first mistake we've seen from Dechaine at this point.
Yeah. He hasn't made too many errors. And again, Ralf is in a position where he needs to run this rack out. Yeah. He cannot afford to give up this rack. He's going to examine what he's got. I really don't see any kind of a problem specifically. Everything's got a pocket.
Now, do you think right now that Ralf is thinking about the racks that have just gone by, or do you think he's trying to clear his head right now and just focus on playing clean pool right now and just getting out of this rack?
No, I think he's focusing on just executing his shots right now. He's a caliber of player that when he makes a mistake or if he has a bad roll at the table, he's going to let that just leave his mind instantly. He's not going to hang on to that thought, which is key for a lot of you amateurs out there or people who don't play as much.
Like me, guys. Don't worry, I'm right there with you. I'm trying to learn from my 2 fingers right now also.
If you make a mistake or if you have a bad roll, you have to forget that instantly, because if your thought process is thinking, I made a bad shot, I got lucky, you can't focus on your execution. You can't focus on executing the stroke that you need to put the ball down to continue your run. So you got to let those mistakes just disappear from your mind.
Mike, what do you think he's going to do with the 5-6? Do you think the 5 slides by the 6 to go for the side pocket?
Yeah.
Or do you think he's going to have to get behind it for the right side pocket?
No, I think that goes. He's just going to draw it straight back. He's going to probably try and get straight in. He played it off the rail, which is a good shot. Left himself a slight angle. I think he's going to come 2 rails. He might come 1 rail across. It's kind of his option. Whatever stroke he feels like is comfortable executing, he's going to do.
Ooh.
You see, and he's playing very rusty right now.
A little close on that one.
You expect to see. I figure if he would have went 2 rails, he wouldn't have missed that. He wouldn't have come close to missing that like he did. that 5-ball kind of wiped its feet on the way in, as they say. And he did that because he had to get position. He spun the ball.
Yeah, 129 right now. We have Mikey Fingers, Matt Stupid right now in the booth, and he is accompanied by myself, Charlie E. from New York. It's great to be here with you guys, watching some incredible pro action right now at the Super Billiards Expo in Valley Forge, Pennsylvania.
Right now we're watching Ralf Eckert take care of the remaining balls of this rack, and he looks like he's going to get on another game on his side.
Yeah, it really is so important that he gets this rack right now, just even for his own mental game, just to put himself in there.
Yeah.
He knows that he's inching up that much closer to Mike, and that, give it time, and he really can get back into this match.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. He's going to give himself a little bit of confidence. He's telling himself, I know I can be here. I should be winning this match. I'm going to focus more on my shot making. And he needs Mike to make a mistake, though, because at 6-2, with Mike breaking right now, he's only...
It's a dangerous situation, Mike.
Exactly.
It's a dangerous situation.
Exactly. Ralph needs 7 games to take this match, and in those 7 games, Dechaine's going to get 3 attempts at the table. So, if Mike doesn't make a mistake, those 3 attempts are going to put him in the winner's circle right now,
Absolutely.
They're going to give him this match.
Absolutely.
And we've only seen 1 or 2 mistakes from Dechaine. I think he's shooting... I'm not sure exactly what the numbers are on this TPA. We're going to look at that in a second. But I'm going to suggest that, guess that he's shooting up around 900.
Yeah, it looks a bit about that way. I've only seen him really make 2 errors in this match thus far, and he really is playing some knockout pool and breaking right now, which is a huge factor.
Yeah. Okay, it looks like they might be taking a break. So I'd like to give a shout out while we could to Inside Pool Magazine. J.R. Calvert, man, he's doing a great job putting this together. I want to thank him for providing the live stream. I hope you guys are enjoying it. And if you don't already have a subscription to Inside Pool, you need to go out and get one. Because it's the best magazine, I think, out there for pool.
If it's going on in pool right now, Inside Pool is covering it. They have a great website that you can go to, InsidePoolMagazine.com or InsidePoolMag.com. You can download great things off there, learn a lot. There's a great forum, and I look very forward to my issues coming every month.
Yeah, you look forward to that mailman when he brings that to your door.
Oh, yeah.
And I'd also like to give a thanks to McDermott Handcrafted Cues. They make an excellent product. They're also helping provide this live stream, so we want to thank them very much. If you get a chance, stop by their booth and check out the equipment that they're selling, because they have some of the best cues out there.
Oh yeah, well, I had a chance to go down there and check out that booth, and it was just packed. People were, about 2 deep, watching some great play going on. They have a table right at the booth, and some great products. Go check that out. Yeah,
I also want to give a shout out to BilliardCommunity.com. They're a new sponsor that we acquired this week. It's almost kind of like the Facebook of pool.
I'm actually on BilliardCommunity.com.
There you go.
I've actually talked to a few people on there about getting some games together, just some friendly practice, nothing crazy, and it really is a great site. If you love pool, if you're a pool junkie like Mike said we all are, obviously, that's why we're here. You really need to get onto BilliardCommunity.com. Great stuff.
Right. Yeah, and as a matter of fact, Mike Dechaine is sponsored by BilliardCommunity.com.
Oh, interesting fact right there. I didn't know that.
So that's good for Mike, and we're going to watch him take apart this rack. Rack number 9. He's leading this match 6-2. And he made the 10-ball on the side. That counts.
Wow, what a quick way to get to.
You see how much? You see how fast that is?
Yeah,
Mike Dechaine is now up.
That's the point that I had tried to make earlier with you, that it's not really about losing that one game. It's what you had said earlier, that it's what it can cost you.
Exactly. And you got to bear down every single time you get to that table, because, like I said, if you miss that one ball, you lose that rack. And I tell people that tell yourself that you're going to lose 3 if you miss that ball, because it helps give you a little driving motivation to not miss that ball. And as you just saw, Mike put the 10-ball in the side pocket. He's got a quick rack on his side. Now he's 1 game away from the hill.
Yeah.
And now Eckert, he's almost in an impossible situation.
Yeah, Eckert's got to be feeling the pressure at this point. He's a great shot maker, great position player, really calm demeanor at the table. But at this point, it's got to be getting under his skin a little bit, and he's got to be feeling the pressure, which is never good at the table. You really want to be in that driver's seat, controlling the match, and Mike Dechaine really is doing a great job of that so far.
Yeah. Unfortunately for Ralph, the Mike Dechaine Express is about to leave the gate, and I don't think Ralph's got a ticket. I got that line from Charlie Bryan. I want to say thanks to Charlie out there. How you doing, buddy? But that was a good line. You know, someone had said that. And,
I'm a fan of that line.
yeah, I'm going to use that. You see? And now, unfortunately for Ralph right there, he scratched on the break.
You could literally see the frustration after that break from Ralf Eckert. He put his hand up. A rare display of emotion from him at the table, which you know definitely tells you something.
And Mike Dechaine right now is in a great spot to go on the hill. You know, unfortunately for Ralph, I mean, some matches go that way. You can't get away from it. You play pool long enough, you know, strange things are going to happen. And Mike's just taking control of this match from the very beginning, from the opening shot, as a matter of fact, from that shot number one he played.
You know, he plays almost a 90-degree cut up that long rail and sends an immediate message to Ralf Eckert that he is going to take control and he's going to stay there.
Absolutely. And now he's got good position on that 4-ball. You know, he's going to try and draw this back a little bit, get an angle on the 5. So he's in a great spot. Oh, he did come up short. You see, there's a mental mistake he made right there.
Yeah.
And I don't know.
It looks like he can see it. He is queuing up for it.
Yeah,
right
it
now.
looks like he can make it.
Probably just slide across one rail.
He's going to play a little bit of bottom left. Yeah, perfect
He's got
shot.
a real nice, easy pattern right now. No trouble spots.
No, I wasn't sure if he could see that 5, but
Yeah, different camera angle really provides a lot. This is one of the reasons why the inside pool stream is so great, because it really gives you an insight viewing into what these players are looking at. And, you know, having commentators like Mikey Fingers, guys, trust me, I'm only here for one man, but if you can stay with him, stay with him. You will get a wealth of knowledge.
thanks, Charlie. I appreciate that, pal. But Mike Dechaine actually is giving Ralf Eckert a wealth of knowledge right now. He is schooling this guy.
Yeah.
And there's not much Ralph can do about it.
Looks like Mike Dechaine is about to be right on the hill, folks.
Exactly. He's 2 balls away from being up 8-2 in this match.
Yeah. I mean, this is a statement right here that Mike Dechaine is here and he is going to be a contender.
Exactly. You know, based on what I've seen, you know, you might have to consider Mike Dechaine the favorite at this point.
In this match, obviously, he's going to be the favorite. He goes up 8-2 right now.
Well, I'm not even talking the match. I'm talking the whole event. I mean, this guy is playing great.
If he can play like this, through the entire event, I mean, it's just fantastic to watch.
Yeah, he's doing real well. And again, if you guys east of the Mississippi, man, you need to get out here. We're at the Allen Hopkins Super Billiard Expo. I think this is year number 17, if I'm not mistaken. If someone out there can let me know how many years he's been doing this. Yeah, I think it is 17, though.
Yeah, I think it is 17. We had a little couple of comments on that last night down at the 14-1 challenge. And guys, like Mike said, if you can get down here, rent a boat, paddle your way here if you have to, get in a car, hop on a plane, do what you have to do, because it really provides you a great chance to rub elbows with some phenomenal professional players as they're walking around. There's exhibitions going on, the drill instructors here, all these great people are here. So, you know, you owe it to yourself if you love pool to make it down from a product standpoint, from a playing standpoint. Just get down here.
Yeah. All right. And again, it looks like Dechaine's got the break. He is on the hill right now, 8-2. And Ralf Eckert pretty much is...
Ralf Eckert looks like he has been neutralized at this point by Mike Dechaine, which is not good news for Ralf Eckert.
Yeah. He needs a miracle right now, I think.
Yeah, he's going to have to go for the at this point. He sees an open shot, he's going to have to take it and not even think about the current score, just go for it.
Exactly. He almost has to fire at everything, because I think he's still going to play safeties and he's still going to play the correct shot. But you see, he left Mike a golden opportunity right here. He's got a 110 combination.
Yeah, I think at this stage of the game, Mike's going to feel pretty safe to play this, because even if he loses this rack, he still feels confident enough that he is so far ahead in the set.
Yeah, he'll get back to the table at least 3 more times, so I think he's going to play the 10 ball right here. Take a quick stab at the cash. And
I think that was the right move, Mike. What do you think?
Yeah, absolutely. In that spot, you got to shoot for the money. You got a chance to win this set right here. You see, with these new rules that they're playing, though, he did miss, and he left himself, you know, stuck. Ralf Eckert steps up and says, no, you're going to get back in there and you're going to shoot this yourself. Because he shouldn't be rewarded for missing that 10 ball. And as a result, he nudged to 3. So Ralf Eckert again has ball in hand.
I'd love to see what he can actually do with this right now. I mean,
Yeah, this is, he's going to play safe again. He's going to kick the one ball, one rail up towards that 10 and 2 combo, I think, or tie it up somewhere up there and leave the cue ball behind the 7. This way it's going to offer him a good opportunity to get ball in hand if Mike misses and try and work in that cluster and try and break some stuff out and try to open up the table a little bit so that he can continue to run and maybe put another game on his side.
At this point, I just want to give a little shout out right now to Christina Delagarza, currently in the chat stream. What's up, Christina? Great to hear from you.
Yeah, Ralph's going to just stop this and he wants to lock him up on that 7. Played a great shot right there. He did leave Mike a 2-rail kick. But the 2 ball is tied up, so even if he hits it, he's probably going to get a shot back. And in this spot right here, Mike needs to hit this. He needs to hit it, or he at least needs to break something out of there, because he'll be put on 2. And Ralf Eckert will have a great opportunity to get him on 3, perhaps, because he's got a whole bunch of balls down there which to get him with.
Yeah.
So
we have a lot of blocking balls down there right now.
Yeah,
Mike can be dangerous.
Mike's going to play a 3-rail kick right here. Now, if he thins the right side of this 1 ball going into it, you know, he could actually leave Ralph safe, depending on the speed. You know, he'll put him between the 1 and 6. Or the 1 and 2, rather. And we'll see how good Mike's hitting. He went a little long. And you see, that was the spot now, because Ralph has got him on 2. And he's got ball in hand. He could knock this 1 ball inside that the junk up there about a 10 and 2, 10, 9, and 4, and leave that cue ball wedged underneath the 2 ball. You know, Mike, he might lose this game on 3, which is not going to be too upsetting for him because he does have a commanding lead, and he knows he's going to get back at the table.
Yeah, Ralf Eckert really hasn't shown us anything, unfortunately, today on his break. I think he's made 1 ball in the rack that he has been breaking. So Mike's got to be feeling confident right now about this match. He was smiling a little earlier, right during the break, and Ralf Eckert pretty strong himself, actually, trying to make some short work of the trouble spots down there.
Yeah, he decided not to try for that 3 foul. Everything does have a pocket, so he felt that the run out here would be good for him. It's going to give him some time on the table. It's going to give him an opportunity to get his arm loose. And it's going to build his confidence because he knows he can get out and make some shots. And he's going to try and get that momentum swing, put it back on his side. As long as he doesn't get stuck behind the 9, you see, he just can't get nothing going.
No. See, this is the problem right now. You know, if he can't get anything going right now, Mike Dechaine, I mean, it's steamrolling Ralf Eckert right now.
Yeah, it's one of those matches where, I mean, no matter what the guy does, it just seems like he's coming up short.
You know, I almost hate to say it, Mike. It's Mike Dechaine's making our job pretty easy right now.
Yeah, no, that was a great shot. That was an excellent shot by Ralph. He's got himself in position to make the 5. He's going to have to draw it back, unless he can stun it over towards the left-hand rail as you're looking at it. No, he drew it back under the 8, which is a good shot.
Played a very good shot right there. Great shot.
All right, so now he's got a chance to take another game back and move a little bit closer to Mike Dechaine.
Ooh, almost a miss right there too. He hit that a little quick for him.
Yeah, he's not playing comfortable right now. He's struggling. He's struggling through this set.
These tables are pretty unforgiving. We have 2 of them downstairs at the 14-1 challenge, and these pro card pockets are unforgiving, folks. Let me tell you.
Yeah, but I think Ralph's going to get out from here. Yeah, he played this rack pretty good. He got unfortunate to get stuck behind that 9, but he made a great recovery shot, jumping it, getting position for the 5. And he's going to get out, and he's going to actually come back in this match 1 game. He's now going to be trailing 8 games to 3, which unfortunately for him, Mike Dechaine is going to get at least 3 more shots at the table.
Absolutely. Now, Mike, let me ask you a question real quick. In this rack, we saw Ralf Eckert decide to try to run out the rack instead of playing safe. Why do you think that was such a good idea for him to do that at that point?
Well, I think at that point, he hasn't had much opportunity to play. You know, Dechaine's been putting him on the rail. He's been, leaving the guy safe. So that opportunity gave him a chance to get his arm loosened up, to get his mind focused on running balls, gave him an opportunity to look at the pattern and play the pattern. It gave him a good 10 minutes at the table, almost, or a good couple of minutes at the table, so he can get warmed up, so he can get himself in the match. Instead of trying to play him on 3. He might have won the game real quick, but he wouldn't have gotten stroke. Taking that extra couple of minutes to run their rack out as opposed to getting him on 3 gives him a chance to get in stroke. So now he's a little bit more prepared to take advantage of a situation if Mike does miss.
Well, this is actually good for Ralf right now, as he is breaking right now.
Yeah.
And rack number 12.
Yeah, he needs a good rack right here.
Yeah, I think if he can make a ball on the break and get something going right now, we might see a different side of Ralf Eckert. The match obviously is not completely lost at this point. He can still come back, but it's still a very long road ahead, especially with that alternate break format, Mike, that you were talking about. So important.
Yeah. And like I said, unfortunately for Ralf, see, he did make a ball on the break.
He has great position.
Yeah, and he's got excellent position. He really doesn't have any clusters out there, so if Ralf, you see, with the last rack when he ran out, instead of playing that 3-ball safe, a 3-foul safety, he had a chance to be at the table, so his arm is now loose. Yeah. He has a good chance now to run this rack out. He's not coming to the table cold. He ran the last rack out. He executed some good shots. He made himself get in good position. So now he's been at the table now for a little bit now. He's getting in rhythm. He's getting his stroke down. He's warming up. Now you might see Ralf start to play good. Start to play the caliber we're used to seeing.
Yeah, but the only question is, Mike, is it too little too late at this point? Because Mike has been on such a roll right now. Only time will tell on this match, folks.
Yeah, unfortunately for Ralf, it might be a little too little too late. Because Dechaine, I think, made one mistake the entire set so far, and he's going to get back at the table next. So regardless if Ralf runs this rack out, Mike Dechaine is still the favorite at this point in the match. However, though, I'd like to point out, if Ralf runs this rack out and Dechaine fails to make a ball on the break or scratches, or he makes a mental error, which can happen still, and Ralf can capitalize on that and take another game and put it in his pocket, he's now only going to be trailing by 4 games, and momentum might be switching. Dechaine has to worry.
It might force Dechaine to kind of slow down a little bit. We've seen Dechaine playing a little fast so far because he's been so confident. He's been steamrolling the match. But if Ralf can start to put things together on his side and shift the momentum a little bit, we might see Dechaine slow down a little bit on his shots, take a little more time to make sure that those balls are going right where they're supposed to.
Exactly.
It's a great break and run look at it, like Ralf Eckert.
Exactly, and I think that he owes that a little bit to the run out he made the last rack. Because he's been at the table now for
it's a great
2 racks. And his arm is loose, and his confidence is building. He just ran out 2 racks. So if he can take advantage of a mistake by Dechaine, he'll have a good chance to win.
For those of you in the chat stream, a little quick match update. Earl Strickland just won his match.
Thank you, Mr. Platt. He's been bumped out. Big round of applause for Mr. Platt. Thank you very much. Made a great appearance in this tournament.
Earl Strickland actually won.
Earl Strickland just won.
Earl Strickland won the match, yeah.
Okay, good for him.
He, of course, came off that big win yesterday against John Schmidt. Huge comeback, right?
Yeah, exactly. See, Ralf Eckert, he just won that 2nd game in a row. He's still trailing 8-4. And unfortunately, the alternate break format, Mike Dechaine just steps up at the table.
Right back.
Exactly. But now he's starting to, he's not getting nervous, but it's starting to creep in his mind. He just gave up 2 games. He had no control, really. He didn't make a mistake or anything, but Ralf took 2 games away from him, so he's got to pay attention now.
Yeah, it has to be on his mind. You can't let that go at this point.
Exactly.
Focus on the present, but be mindful of what's going on in the match.
Yeah, because if he makes another mistake at this table right now, and Ralf runs this rack out, he'll get the break next. He could come a lot closer to tying this match up, and then the pressure really starts to build for Dechaine because he had such a tremendous lead, and he let it slip away.
So Ralf had an easy shot on the 1 right here. The question is, Mike, what do you need to do to try and get that 2? Play 2 rails out of that corner, try and just get back down to this end of the table on the right-hand side, or what would you do here?
I don't know. I have to see what kind of angle he's got. He might force it forward with left-hand spin. He might draw it back 1 rail. See, he's in a bad spot. He really is in a difficult spot here because making the 1's not the difficult, not the trouble spot. Getting position on the 2-ball is what's going to be difficult. And yeah, he's afraid to pull the trigger right here because If he can't get the cue ball between that 6 and 7, which I don't think he can, getting up on that 2 ball is going to be difficult. You see, there's too much traffic in the way.
Fortunately, on that shot, he just could not get it down there.
Well, yeah, but he did leave himself a window, I think. He might have field goal position on that, too, between the 5 and 8. I don't think he's got enough ball to make it. He can definitely play safe off of this shot. And if he can make it, he didn't have enough to make it, so he tried to get up onto the 10 ball. And he played a pretty good shot there.
Looks like momentum is starting to shift just a little bit in Ralf Eckert's favor, Mike. And you made a great point by saying at the table, he gets the chance to get loose, get those muscles working, shake off that rust, and start putting things together for him.
Exactly. Now, if Dechaine happens to make a mistake here, miss the kick, or hit it and leave Eckert a shot, Ralf can run this rack out, gain more momentum, more confidence, and he's got the break.
Yeah.
See, Mike made a good hit there, and I actually got pretty fortunate on the leave. But I think we're going to see Eckert bank the 2 ball out and tuck up underneath that 3 ball. He's going to play another safe again. And he wants to try and lock him up and get ball in hand.
Yeah.
You know. This is just going to be a delicate shot by Ralf, and he wants to get up underneath that 3. And it looks like he did pretty good. Yeah, that's what I would go with. Thank you. He might be able to see a piece of that 2 ball. If he doesn't, he might elect to jump right here. No, but I think he can see a piece of it. He'll just come off the left side of that, the right side of that 2 ball, and maybe try and slide up underneath that and area the 10 ball, put that 2 by the 9. Try and get some blockers between that 9, 4, and 10. So you just can't. Oh, he got a nice rub on that 10. He was going right for the pocket, and that would have been the break Ralf needed, you know. But unfortunately, Mike Dechaine, he got away with that one. And again, he puts Ralf in an awkward spot.
Yeah, because no matter how you slice it, unfortunately, you know, Mike may have gotten away with it, but Ralf, no matter how you slice it, is still faced with a bad situation, and it just seems to be getting progressively worse. It looked like there might have been a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel for Ralf, but slowly fading.
Yeah, he's going to play a little bit of a masse shot to try and spin, I think, 2 rails. He made a good hit there. That was an excellent hit. Unfortunately, Dechaine has a shot. And again, it was kind of tough to make a good hit there and leave Dechaine safe. You know, but he did the best he could with what he had to work with, and sometimes that's all you can do. And he played it at the right speed, I think, too, to not maybe, you know, break stuff out, kind of leave some congestion on that table to make the run out difficult.
Guys, I just want to throw something out there. I just got a quick update. John Schmidt is down at the 14-1 challenge right now. He is currently on a run of 140 and counting, and he is right now going to be our tournament leader down at the 14-1 challenge. He told me yesterday he really wants this one. He thinks it's a great event, a great format that he actually helped create for us with a cumulative run total. And right now we have a crowd of about 50-60 people downstairs ready and waiting. The best part is we will be streaming live on Inside Pool that final matchup. Mike Dechaine shooting the 2 ball right now.
Yeah, he tried to thin it and get underneath the 3 or 6. Not a bad shot, but again, Ralf has a chance at the table. He's got to do something. He's got to play the right shot here. You know.
Yeah, at this point, I mean, Mike on the hill, you really have to come up with something here.
Well, you know what he could do? He could cut the 2 ball up in towards a 9 and just drift across the table. He tried to bank the 2 out of there. You know, he was safe behind the 9. And,
so Mike is taking a quick break.
Yeah, Dechaine, he's going to step out for a second, so we're going to take a quick minute to pay some bills. I'm going to fill up the coffee pot. I'm going to get myself a cold soda, a bag of chips.
Sounds like a plan.
So gear up. Don't go anywhere. We're going to be right back.
McDermott Q has consistently rated the performance standards for what billiard players expect from a high-performance cue. Introducing the highest evolution in shaft technology, Our new G-Core shaft features a triple-layer design which reduces vibration and minimizes shaft distortion. The patented Intimidator iShaft series incorporates a full-length carbon fiber core that results in the most radical consistent shaft on the market, from our ball-breaking big boy shaft to the surgical precise i3 shaft. McDermott Q, hardcore performance for hardcore players. Since 1975, McDermott Q has consistently raised the performance standards for what billiard players expect from a high-performance cue. Introducing the highest evolution in shaft technology. Our new G-Core shaft features a triple-layer design which reduces vibration and minimizes shaft distortion. The patented Intimidator iShaft series incorporates a full-length carbon fiber core that results in the most radical consistent shaft on the market, from our ball-breaking big boy shaft to the surgical precise i3 shaft. McDermott Q, hardcore performance for hardcore players.
All right, we're back, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like Mike Dechaine hasn't finished taking his break yet, which is all right. He needs this rack. And,
yeah, this is an important rack because if, like you said, if
he wants to close out the match right now.
Yeah, you really don't want to mess around and give Ralf a chance because 8-4, Ralf Eckert, a slight glimmer of hope right there. 2 racks that he just took down. You really want to close him out before he gets too hot on the handle and too into the match.
Right. I mean, he's got a shot right now, to absolutely lock him up and end this match. And Dechaine just took his break because he knows he's been getting a little bit of pressure's been building because Eckert's starting to make a comeback, and he knows that if he makes a mistake, Eckert's right there. Eckert can still take this match. We saw great comebacks before.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. Especially from players like Eckert too. I mean, he had him, I believe, 6-1 or 4-1, 5-1, and Ralf Eckert is slowly but surely making that comeback and making his presence felt at the table.
Yeah, he's trying to. And Dechaine took his break. Gave himself a pep talk, I bet you, in there.
Absolutely,
and,
absolutely.
He's going to come back firing. I think the guy he really wants to close this out right now.
Wow, what a stroke on that.
Great shot there.
What a stroke on that shot.
I don't know if he tied the 4 up, it might still go in the side pocket. The only bad thing he did right there, to be honest with you, is the 9 ball now is in a horrible spot.
Yeah, that's going to play a little tough.
I guess the 4 does go by. If it's possible for Dechaine to maybe tickle that,
try and bump out the 9 a little bit, yeah.
Just touch it a little bit. If not, he's got a great shot to play the 8 in off the 9. That'll push the 9 off the rail. Looks like the 9's high enough for him to do that. But you see, Eckert now, he's gaining momentum. Dechaine is getting out of position.
Yeah, right. He's jacked up a little ball. It didn't seem to phase him at least, obviously, folks.
Yeah, no, that was he executed good there.
He's got to be feeling good right now, especially going for a shot like that. Jacked up, took 2 strokes at it and fired it right in.
Yeah. All right. Dechaine just needs to calm himself down a little bit. See, that was an uncharacteristic miss on his part.
But it still goes in anyway in the side pocket. What a roll on that one.
No, doesn't matter.
Oh, it does not matter with these new rules. That's right.
Ralf Eckert now takes control of the table, and you see momentum is now definitely switched.
That's one of the incredible things about these new rules. It really forces these players to make sure that they are bearing down each shot.
Dechaine took a commanding lead in this set, and unfortunately at the very end of this match, he's starting to show some weakness. Getting out of line a little bit, missing that 6 ball was big, especially if Eckert can now come with a good pattern right here to get out of this rack. He's going to move up, 8-5, and I believe he's going to have the break. So that one miss right there on that 6 ball could end up costing Dechaine 2 racks. Bringing this match a lot closer than what it needs to be.
Absolutely, absolutely.
From Dechaine's point of view, Ralf tried to get on that 8 ball, trying to give himself position where he can get maybe straight in on that 9.
Do you think he's going to play low left right here, Mike? 2 rails, get on that 9 ball, try to list it up right underneath it?
Yeah, I think he's going to play a spin shot. He's going to play the 8 in the lower right-hand corner, I think, a little maybe high left. And he's going to come 2 rails out of the low corner here and try and get straight in on that 9 ball. He overran it a little bit.
He looks like he overran it just a little bit.
And I don't think he's playing that 9 up in the corner.
No, Mike Dechaine right now. Gotta feel good about this right now that Ralf overran this ball by a little bit.
Have a camera in the room. Thanks.
Just gotta look. Playing the bank on the 9. You know, he's got to, yeah, he's going to play the bank. He's almost in a position where he has to play it.
Yeah, at this point, you have to fire these balls in and just go for it. I mean,
He doesn't have a choice.
yeah, with this position on the table, anything you leave Dechaine, he is going to be out.
So we'll see how he executes this shot. No, and he hit it pretty bad. And again, you know, the position that he's in the match is going to dictate how well he's playing. And Dechaine, you know, he's going to play 2 rails across. And, you know, he wants to come up just short of that side pocket.
Yeah, great speed
he
on
just
that
came
shot.
right across. He didn't put any kind of right-hand spin at all, and he got himself straight on the 10. I think he's going to take this match right here. I think Dechaine said, you know, enough is enough.
Yeah.
We'll close this out right now. Which he does. And Mike Dechaine is our winner of this match against Ralf Eckert. He won the match 9-4. He put himself in a great spot. He took command of the match early. He gave himself the opportunity to survive a few mistakes on his part.
Absolutely.
So, congratulations to Mike Dechaine.
Ralf Eckert was finishing the category of 17 through 24. Thank you,
Ralf Eckert
See you next year.
is knocked
Mike
out. So
Dechaine
obviously this was a
back
loser's
here
side
at
match.
130.
And Mike Dechaine comes back for the 130 round. And I guess we're gonna shut this down for a little bit. We're gonna reboot. We're gonna regather our thoughts and clean up around here a little bit. And,
Well, Mike, it's been a pleasure sitting in the booth with you. Sorry about that. It's been a pleasure sitting in the booth with you guys. Stick with Mikey Fingers for as long as you possibly can, folks. All right?
Yeah, I appreciate that, Charlie. I want to thank you. Excellent job in the booth.
Thank you very
and,
much.
And for the rest of you out there, like I said, man, refill the drinks, cool down some beer, you know, warm up the pizza, and don't go anywhere because you guys are in store for a great match coming up. I believe it's going to be Dennis Hatch. I can't recall his opponent at this time, but we're going to get that information out to you in just a second. So sit tight and don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Introducing the McDermott Gambler Pro Tour. The premier Southeast Billiards Tour. Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Tennessee. Thousands to be won. Open 9-ball, amateur 9-ball, ladies 9-ball. Log on to gamblerprotour.com for more information. Don't miss playing in these spectacular events. The McDermott Gambler Pro Tour. The McDermott GPT Shark Bite Classic, May 15th and 16th at Hammerheads Billiards in Holiday, Florida. Introducing the McDermott Gambler Pro Tour. The premier Southeast Billiards Tour. Florida, Georgia, Alabama, Mississippi, Louisiana, and Tennessee. Thousands to be won. Open 9-ball, amateur 9-ball, ladies 9-ball. Log on to gamblerprotour.com for more information. Don't miss playing in these spectacular events. The McDermott Gambler Pro Tour. The McDermott GPT Shark Bite Classic, May 15th and 16th at Hammerheads Billiards.
4 balls under 1 second in the side pocket.
Are still going on from 5 o'clock, so.
Four balls under 1 second in the side pocket.
Are still going on from 5 o'clock, so.
Four balls under 1 second in the side pocket.
Are still going on from 5 o'clock, so.
Since 1975, McDermott Cue has consistently raised the performance standards for what billiard players expect from a high-performance cue. Introducing the highest evolution in shaft technology. Our new G-Core shaft features a triple-layer design which reduces vibration and minimizes shaft distortion. The patented Intimidator iShaft series incorporates a full-length carbon fiber core that results in the most radical consistent shaft on the market, from our ball-breaking big boy shaft to the surgical precise i3 shaft. McDermott Cue. Hardcore performance for hardcore players. Since 1975, McDermott Cue has consistently raised the performance standards for what billiard players expect from a high-performance cue. Introducing the highest evolution in shaft technology. Our new G-Core shaft features a triple-layer design which reduces vibration and minimizes shaft distortion. The patented Intimidator iShaft series incorporates a full-length carbon fiber core that results in the most radical consistent shaft on the market, from our ball-breaking big boy shaft to the surgical precise i3 shaft. McDermott Cue. Hardcore performance for hardcore players.
I was going to ask you where you got your jacket, but
I don't really know.
Jason Lynch, the Michigan kid, here at the Super Billiards Expo, and we're here with new power cues. This is not NEU, this is PNEU, standing for pneumatic power. This is extreme billiards gear for the new century. What we're going to do is we're going to show you a few trick shots with it. You can actually shoot pool with this, but we'll have to stick to the talking instead of me. What we're going to do is actually play the 13 in the side pocket, the 6 down the rail in the corner, and the 7 in the opposite corner pocket. And basically all this is pneumatic powered. It's attached to a paintball gun. What we're going to do is cock it back, aim just like we would a normal cue stick, and pull the trigger. 3 balls, 3 pockets, 1 shot. Now, that's a regular pool shot. What we're going to do now is jump one for you. Same shot, opposite side of the table. Cue ball, we're going to jump over the 8 and the 15. This time we're going to play the 5 in the side pocket, the 10 down the rail in the corner, and play the 14 to the opposite corner pocket. Now this takes a jump stroke. So just like in pool, you're going to elevate the back of the cue. Okay? And make sure we're cocked back. Aim it, and just pull the trigger. Just like that, guys. And we are nice to see this little, we have a victim here in the center of the table. Poor Doc Easter's coming. So we're going to put him there. Set up 2 racks down here on the table. And we're going to show you basically, I mean, this was an easy jump down here with the 8 and the 15. This is a pretty easy jump, only 1 ball. We're going to get rid of these. Now we're going to jump over our victim. And we're going to play a 2 ball in that corner pocket, the 11 ball in that corner, and the 4 ball back in that corner pocket. So we'll cock the gun again. Aim. 11 ball in this corner on a jump shot. Not a problem. And we'll come back here with the 4 ball. Now this is a new power cue. These are available for less than $200. They're a new product on the market. So new power cue here at the Billiards Expo for 2010. Thank you.
These tables are a one-piece slate. And when we level these tables, first we have to level the legs. So inside the legs there's a slot, and the legs are hollow. We reach in with a wrench and we spin a nut and we push a wooden block out of the bottom of the table to get all 4 legs the same height as each other. And once they're all the same height, then each rail section has 3 wedges built in underneath the slate. And that's what I'm doing right now is adjusting the wedge to the socket. I can reach a nut underneath and screw the table. We can level the slate with the top on the table with all the weight on it. Okay? Most pool tables, you level the slate before you put the top, put the cloth on there. And then when you put the top on there, it's so heavy you clamp it down and you're crushing the slate back down. Then all that work you did leveling the slate's gone, and you have to level it even some more after you finish. So we put the whole table together first, and we level it after we're finished building the table.
With Inside Pool Extreme News. I'm here at the 2010 Super Billiards Expo. I'm here with Corey Duell. How are you doing in the tournament so far?
Pretty good. I got pretty fortunate to win my last match. Chris Bartram was my opponent, and we had a pretty good match. He made a couple unforced errors he might not have usually made, and I skated through.
So how long have you been playing pool? That's what I like to ask everybody. How long have you been playing?
That's a good question. I've been playing, I guess, 16 years now.
Wow, that's a long time. That is. And I imagine you love it. It's passion, your passion, yeah?
Very good game. I like it, yep.
Yeah.
It's always interesting. I'm always learning new things, it seems like every day. So.
And have you been to this expo before?
Yes, I've been here every year since I was, I think, 14 years old. I won the juniors. It was my first junior tournament. I won it here.
Well, great. Thanks so much. And for more videos, games, and downloads, go to InsidePoolMag.com. Hi, I'm Katie Witham with Inside Pool Extreme News. I'm here at the 2010 Super Billiards Expo. I'm here with Corey Duell. How are you doing in the tournament so far?
Pretty good. I got pretty fortunate to win my last match. Chris Bartram was my opponent, and we had a pretty good match. He made a couple unforced errors he might not have usually made, and I skated through.
So how long have you been playing pool? That's what I like to ask everybody. How long have you been playing?
That's a good question. I've been playing, I guess, 16 years now.
Wow, that's a long time. That is. And I imagine you love it. It's passion, your passion, yeah?
Very good game. I like it, yep.
Yeah.
It's always interesting. I'm always learning new things, it seems like every day. So.
And have you been to this expo before?
Yes, I've been here every year since I was...